Let's go behind the scenes. In the first half of this week, we're playing Mahler 1 and a viola concerto by Brett Dean. In one of the episodes from our podcast, LPO Offstage, our players talk about their favourite moments from Mahler 1. Here's an excerpt.
To me, it is one of his more intimate pieces because later on, his harp writing becomes much more complicated and he uses two harps and you're battling to be heard. But early on in Mahler 1, the writing is simple. It's not used in the large passages at all. He only uses me in the very quiet moments of this symphony, and I think it works. He uses maybe just one simple high octave just to punctuate the sound.
There's the famous duet at the beginning where it's beautifully written. You know, he writes lots of things in thirds and sixths and octaves for the horns, so it's all very lovely. Throughout his symphonies there are moments like that, but the opening of the first symphony is a sort of famous one. Frère Jacques tune, when it comes back in the different key, he has all the horns playing in octaves very low. It goes very, very low for the low players in that. It's a really good mix of stuff.
For me, maybe the key moment is when we finally get there in the last movement. There have been a few attempts at getting to the climax of the symphony, and then he backtracks and goes all quiet and slow again, and then eventually he really gets there, and the whole room takes off.
I was going to say my favourite bit, which is where the horns get the tune at the end, where Rachel's talking, and so it's the descending fourths that have opened the symphony, and they come back when we have a tune, but in the major, and we get to stand up when we play.
Is that written in your score?
It is written in the part.
So why does he want Why does he want the horns to stand up?
Well, I don't know. One of our conductors always talks about the theatre of things on stage, and maybe it's part of the theatre. Standing up, maybe to project the sound better.
So my viola concerto is an expression of my feelings, my love for the instrument, my chosen instrument, the viola. I think the sound of a viola up high is not just the same as a violin in that same sort of register. It's got its very particular voice up the top of the instrument. And it's also very doggedly virtuosic. We're often sort of thought of as the slow middle fiddle, and we're forever just sort of filling in the harmonies and so on. But if you give them room to run and move, they can really rise to that challenge. And this piece is somehow dealing with that neglected side of the viola as well.
In the second half of this week, Julia Fisher is back, and we're playing Mozart and Tchaikovsky.
I'm very happy that I have the opportunity to do that, and I'm going to lead the orchestra actually for the first time in my life. I'm going to lead the London Philharmonic.